All right, so buckle up, listeners, because today we're doing things a little differently. We're time traveling.
Time travel.
Yeah, we're going to 2025.
Okay.
Specifically, we're going to look at how regular people became crypto millionaires.
Ah, interesting.
Yeah, you guys sent over some really fascinating research that
Yeah.
breaks the whole thing down. The market conditions,
Yep.
the investors, the strategies they used.
I'm intrigued.
Oh, I'm totally hooked already.
Yeah,
And I bet you are too.
it really was.
Yeah.
A pivotal year for crypto,
Yeah.
a sort of tipping point.
Okay, so
Yeah.
just picture this for a second.
All right.
Turning $5,000 into millions.
Wow.
Our source makes it clear. This
Yeah.
wasn't just about striking it lucky. It was
Right.
about something bigger.
Okay.
And that's what we're going to unpack today together.
Yeah. 2025 saw several major changes
Okay.
that really propelled crypto into the mainstream.
The source points to institutional adoption as a huge factor.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
But it doesn't just say, like,
Right.
big institutions got involved.
Yeah.
It names names.
Oh, wow.
Like, remember BlackRock?
Oh, yeah.
The world's largest asset manager
So-
launched its own blockchain ETF
Yeah, that was big.
that sent shockwaves through the market.
It was a major signal.
Totally.
And BlackRock wasn't alone either.
Right.
We saw everyone from Goldman Sachs
Wow.
to insurance giants like Allianz dipping their toes into crypto waters.
So this influx of institutional money
Yeah,
brought a new level of legitimacy
absolutely.
and, frankly, cash to the market. That makes sense.
Right.
But I'm curious, what do you think was the real driving force behind this
right.
sudden institutional interest?
Well, while some were driven by FOMO,
Okay.
fear of missing out,
Right.
I think the smarter players
Okay.
recognized the potential of blockchain technology to disrupt traditional finance.
Interesting.
They saw opportunities to reduce costs, increase efficiency,
Okay.
and tap into a new generation of investors.
So it was more than just hype.
Yeah,
They saw the potential of the tech itself.
for sure.
What about the rise of AI-powered trading? The source mentions these bots that
Yeah,
were
yeah.
making crazy profits.
I know, it's crazy.
That always seemed a bit futuristic to me.
It might sound like sci-fi,
Right.
but AI-driven trading was becoming
Yeah.
quite sophisticated in 2025.
Okay.
These algorithms could analyze massive data sets,
Right.
identify patterns,
Yeah.
and execute trades at lightning speed.
So, like, imagine a bot that could scan news headlines,
Huh.
social media sentiment,
Oh, wow.
even historical price data
Yeah,
to predict market movements.
that's wild.
It's incredible,
It is.
but also a little intimidating.
You know, right?
For someone like me who's still trying to figure out how to buy Bitcoin.
That's understandable.
Yeah.
The key takeaway here
Okay.
is that AI trading wasn't just about speed.
Yep.
It was also about removing emotional decision-making.
Interesting.
These bots operated
Yeah.
based on cold, hard data,
Okay.
which could be a huge advantage
Right.
in a volatile market.
That makes sense.
Right.
And then, of course, we can't forget about
Yeah.
the regulatory landscape.
Of course.
2025 was the year things started to get
Mm.
a bit more,
Yeah.
shall we say,
Yeah.
official.
Exactly. And this was a big one.
Okay.
The source highlights the introduction of clearer regulations,
Okay.
particularly in the US and Europe. While some saw this as a threat,
Right.
savvy investors actually welcomed it.
Why would regulations be a good thing?
Right.
It seems like it would stifle innovation.
Think of it this way. Regulations can actually build trust and attract more investors.
Okay.
When the rules are clear,
Yeah.
it reduces uncertainty and the perception of crypto as the Wild West.
Interesting.
Wow.
So it's not just about keeping the bad guys out.
Yeah.
It's about creating a stable environment where everyone feels comfortable
Exactly.
playing. I guess that makes sense. All right, so we've got this perfect storm brewing in 2025.
Oh, yeah.
Institutions diving in,
Wow.
AI changing the game,
Absolutely.
and regulations providing a framework.
Right.
No wonder people were getting rich.
And speaking of getting rich, our source outlines
Okay.
3 distinct types of crypto millionaires
Okay.
who emerged during this boom.
All right.
They each took a different path,
Okay.
but achieved remarkable success.
Okay, let's meet these crypto stars. First up, we have the diamond hands.
The diamond hands.
I've heard that term thrown around. But it's always seemed a bit mysterious. What's the story here?
The diamond hands were those individuals who recognized the long-term potential of Bitcoin and Ethereum early on.
So they bought in early.
Yeah, maybe even as far back as 2017 or 2018.
Wow, okay.
And then simply held on tight.
Held on tight.
Even when the market went through its inevitable dips and crashes.
So they rode the roller coaster, ignored the FUD.
The fear, uncertainty, and doubt.
Right.
And just believed in the technology.
Wow.
Exactly.
Their conviction and patience were ultimately rewarded with astronomical returns when the market surged in 2025.
It paid off.
Wow, I'm already feeling a little envious.
Right.
What about the next group?
Well, next we have the tech-savvy traders.
Tech-savvy traders.
Now, these folks were a bit more hands-on.
Right.
They embraced the power of technology, specifically AI-powered trading bots.
So they weren't just picking coins. They were using these sophisticated algorithms to make super efficient trades.
Exactly.
Did they have to be like coding geniuses to pull this off?
Not necessarily.
Okay.
By 2025, there were numerous platforms offering user-friendly AI trading tools.
Okay.
Some required a bit of technical know-how, but others were designed even for beginners.
Okay.
What set these traders apart was their willingness to learn and adapt to this new technological landscape.
That's pretty fascinating. It seems like a whole new skill set emerged with this wave of crypto adoption.
Absolutely.
Okay, so we've got the patient holders and the tech wizards.
Right.
Who's the third type?
Okay, the third group, and perhaps the most intriguing, are what the source calls the metaverse moguls.
The metaverse moguls.
These individuals were all about Web3 and the explosion of the metaverse.
All right.
They invested in everything.
Oh, wow.
From virtual real estate to digital art and collectibles.
Okay.
Essentially betting on the future of virtual worlds and experiences.
The metaverse.
Yeah.
It was all anyone could talk about.
It really was.
For a while there. But did people really make millions from this?
Absolutely.
Wow.
Some of these early metaverse investors saw incredible returns as the value of their digital assets skyrocketed.
So, like, imagine buying a plot of virtual land for a few $1,000s in 2023 and seeing it valued at millions just 2 years later.
It's crazy.
That's mind-blowing.
It is.
Okay, so we have these three distinct paths to crypto riches. Holding strong, mastering the tech, and diving headfirst into the metaverse.
Right.
What's fascinating is the source doesn't frame this as a one-size-fits-all situation.
Right.
It suggests there were multiple ways to win.
That's a crucial point.
Yeah.
While these individuals took different approaches, they all shared certain fundamental strategies that contributed to their success.
So it wasn't just about picking the right coin or being in the right place at the right time.
Exactly.
These crypto millionaires had a game plan.
They did.
Let's unpack those winning strategies after a quick...
Let's dive in.
All right, so we've met the crypto millionaires of 2025.
Yeah.
The diamond hands, the tech-savvy traders, and the metaverse moguls.
Right.
Each group took a different path.
They did.
But they all seem to share some key strategies.
For sure.
I'm ready to unlock the secrets to their success.
Well, the first strategy, and perhaps the most fundamental, is diversification.
Diversification.
Yeah.
That sounds familiar. Right.
Isn't that like investing 101?
It is a classic investment principle.
Right.
But it's especially relevant in the world of crypto. These investors understood that putting all their eggs in one basket, so to speak, was a recipe for disaster.
Okay, so instead of betting everything on Bitcoin, for example, they spread their investments across a range of different assets.
Exactly.
But what did that look like in practice?
Well, for starters, they didn't limit themselves to just the big names like Bitcoin and Ethereum.
Right.
They explored a wide array of altcoins.
Altcoins, right? Those are all the cryptocurrencies besides Bitcoin, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
But diversification went beyond just different coins.
Okay.
They also looked at things like tokenized real-world assets.
Tokenized real-world assets.
Yeah.
Now, that sounds interesting.
Yeah.
Break that down for me.
Imagine owning a piece of real estate, a rare artwork, or even a share in a company.
Right.
But instead of a traditional deed or stock certificate,
Okay.
your ownership is represented by a digital token on a blockchain.
Oh, okay.
That's a tokenized asset.
So they're taking traditional investments and putting them on the blockchain. What's the advantage of that?
Several advantages, actually.
Okay.
It increases liquidity, making these assets easier to buy and sell.
Okay.
It opens up investment opportunities to a wider range of people.
Right.
And it can even enhance security and transparency.
Wow, that's pretty innovative.
It is.
So they diversified across different cryptocurrencies.
Right.
And explored these tokenized assets. Anything else?
The savvy investors also tapped into the world of decentralized finance.
Right. Or DeFi for short.
Ah, DeFi.
Yeah.
That's another one of those crypto buzzwords that I hear all the time.
Yeah, it gets thrown around a lot.
But I'm not sure I fully understand.
In essence, DeFi aims to recreate traditional financial services.
Okay.
Like lending, borrowing, and trading.
Okay.
But without the need for intermediaries.
Right.
Like banks.
Oh, okay.
It's all powered by blockchain technology and smart contracts.
So, like, it's a decentralized peer-to-peer financial system.
That's a good way to put it.
Okay.
It is a paradigm shift in finance.
Sounds pretty radical.
It is.
Yeah.
And within DeFi, there are all sorts of ways to generate passive income.
Passive income.
Yeah.
Now you're speaking my language. That's like making money while you sleep, right?
Exactly.
The source mentions something called staking.
Oh, yeah.
What's that all about?
Staking is essentially a way to earn rewards for holding certain cryptocurrencies.
Okay.
Think of it like earning interest on a savings account.
Okay.
But instead of a bank, they're participating in a blockchain network.
Okay, so I lock up my crypto for a period of time.
Right.
And in return, I get rewarded with more crypto.
Exactly.
Sounds pretty straightforward.
It is.
But what am I actually doing by staking?
You're essentially contributing to the security and stability of the blockchain network.
Okay.
Your staked coins help validate transactions and maintain the integrity of the system.
So it's a win-win.
It is.
I earn rewards and the network benefits from my participation.
Exactly.
I'm starting to see the appeal here.
Right.
And what about yield farming?
Oh, yeah. Yield farming.
The source mentions that as another passive income strategy.
Yield farming takes things a step further. Right. It involves lending your crypto assets to DeFi protocols.
DeFi protocols in exchange for returns.
Basically.
So it's like lending money on a peer-to-peer platform.
Right.
But instead of cash, I'm lending out my crypto.
That's a good analogy.
Okay.
And the returns can be quite impressive.
How impressive are we talking?
Sometimes even exceeding 10% or more per year.
Wow, 10%.
Yeah.
Sign me up.
Right.
But there must be some risks involved, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
You're not going to get those kinds of returns without taking on some level of risk.
So yield farming can be complex and volatile.
It can be.
Okay.
There's the risk of smart contract vulnerabilities, impermanent loss, and even rug pulls.
Rug pulls.
Yeah.
What's that?
Where developers abandon a project.
Oh, wow.
And take the investor's money.
Okay, so it's not all sunshine and rainbows?
No, definitely not.
Oh. Clearly, diversification was key, not just in terms of the types of assets, but also the strategies they used.
Absolutely.
What else did these crypto millionaires do to stay ahead of the game?
Well, they were constantly learning and adapting.
Right.
The crypto space is incredibly dynamic.
Yeah.
With new technologies and trends emerging all the time.
The source mentions AI.
Yeah.
DeFi. The metaverse. It seemed like 2025
it was
a whirlwind of innovation.
It was a crazy year.
How did they even keep up?
They were active participants in the crypto community.
Sure.
They followed industry news, engaged in online forums, attended conferences, and connected with other investors.
So it was about more than just reading articles.
Yeah.
They were actively seeking out information.
Right.
And building relationships.
Absolutely.
It sounds like a full-time job.
For some it was, but even those with limited time made a conscious effort to stay informed.
Yeah.
They knew that knowledge was power.
Right.
In this rapidly evolving landscape.
Okay. Yeah. So they diversified their investments explored passive income opportunities, and stayed ahead of the curve. What about risk management?
Oh, that's important.
Yeah.
Surely they weren't just throwing money at every shiny new project, were they? Not at all.
Okay.
The successful investors understood that managing risk was just as important as identifying opportunities.
So what did their risk management strategies look like?
Okay, well, for one thing, they set clear entry and exit points for their investments.
Right.
They weren't just chasing pumps and dumps.
Right.
They had a plan for when to buy and, more importantly, when to sell.
So they weren't just driven by FOMO.
A fear of missing out. They had the discipline to stick to their strategy.
That's important.
It is.
So they set profit targets and stop-loss orders to automate their trades and remove emotion from the equation.
That's smart.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
So they were using technology not just to identify opportunities, but also to manage risk.
To protect themselves.
Yodos.
They also paid close attention to security. Remember, we're talking about a decentralized world where you're responsible for your own assets.
Right. There's no FDIC insurance in crypto.
Exactly.
So what did they do to protect themselves?
They used hardware wallets to store their crypto offline.
Offline.
Away from the reach of hackers.
Smart.
They were cautious about phishing scams and only interacted with reputable platforms and projects.
It sounds like security was paramount.
It really was.
Any other risk management tips they shared?
Well, they also understood that crypto is a long game.
Okay.
They didn't panic sell when the market inevitably dipped.
Right.
They had a long-term perspective and rode out the volatility.
Okay, so they weren't just in it for a quick buck.
Right.
They were thinking about the big picture.
Absolutely.
And that's a key takeaway for any aspiring crypto investor.
It's not just about picking the right coin or timing the market perfectly. It's about having a sound strategy, managing risk, and staying informed.
So it sounds like these crypto millionaires of 2025 weren't just lucky.
No.
They were smart, strategic, and disciplined.
Yeah.
They treated crypto investing like a business, not a gamble.
That's a great way to put it.
Yeah.
They recognized that success in the space requires more than just technical know-how.
Yeah.
It demands a certain mindset.
All right.
A combination of curiosity, diligence, and a willingness to embrace the unknown.
It's pretty inspiring, actually.
It is.
But I'm sure some of our listeners are thinking, that's great for them.
Right.
But is it too late for me?
Yeah, I bet a lot of people are wondering that.
2025 might feel like a distant memory now.
That's a valid question.
Right.
And it's something we'll explore when we return.
All right, so we've been on this incredible journey through the crypto landscape of 2025.
It's been a wild ride.
We've met the millionaires, learned their strategies.
Right.
And I think it's safe to say we're all feeling a bit inspired.
I hope so.
But the big question lingering in the air is it too late?
Oh, yeah, that's the big one.
Have we missed the boat?
It's understandable to feel that way, especially when you hear about these incredible success stories from the past.
Right.
But remember, the crypto world is constantly evolving.
Okay.
What worked in 2025
right.
may not be the winning formula in 2023. And that's okay.
So instead of dwelling on what we might have missed,
right,
we should be focusing on what's next?
Precisely.
Okay.
The research you provided actually ends on a really intriguing point.
Oh.
It suggests that the real opportunities lie in the technologies that are just emerging now.
Right.
The things we can barely even imagine yet.
I like the sound of that.
Yeah.
It's like that saying, the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago.
Right.
The second best time is now.
Exactly.
So how do we even begin to think about
what
the next big thing in crypto might be?
We can look for clues.
Okay.
In the trends that are already taking shape.
Okay.
The source mentions a few key areas that were just starting to gain traction in 2025.
Okay.
What?
Give us some hints.
One area is the intersection of AI and blockchain.
AI and blockchain?
I've already talked about AI-powered trading bots.
Right.
But imagine AI being used to create entirely new types of decentralized applications. Or dApps.
dApps, all right.
Think about AI-powered prediction markets. Decentralized social media platforms.
Right.
Or even autonomous organizations that run entirely on code.
That sounds both amazing and a little scary.
A little bit of both.
What else?
Another area to watch is the evolution of Web3.
Web3.
The metaverse was just the tip of the iceberg. We're going to see more immersive virtual worlds, new ways to interact and transact online, and a greater emphasis on user ownership and control of data.
It feels like the internet is about to go through a major transformation.
I think so.
And blockchain is going to be right at the center of it.
At the heart of it all.
I'm both excited and a little overwhelmed.
It's a lot to take in.
It is.
But that's the beauty of this space, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's constantly pushing boundaries and challenging our assumptions about what's possible.
Absolutely. So what's the takeaway for our listeners?
Well,
what should they be doing right now to prepare for this future of crypto?
The same principles that applied in 2025 are still relevant today.
Right.
Diversify your investments. Explore passive income opportunities. Stay informed about emerging trends. And manage your risks carefully.
Okay, so manage risk.
But most importantly, cultivate a mindset of curiosity and continuous learning.
I love that.
Yeah.
So it's not about trying to predict the future with perfect accuracy.
Right.
It's about being adaptable, open to new ideas, and ready to seize the opportunities as they emerge.
Exactly.
Okay.
The crypto space rewards those who are willing to step outside their comfort zones and embrace the unknown.
So instead of asking, is it too late, we should be asking ourselves, what excites me about the future of crypto?
Right. Good question.
What problems do I want to see solved?
Yeah.
Where do I want to make my mark?
Those are fantastic questions.
Yeah.
And I think the answers will lead each individual down their own unique path to success in this exciting and ever-evolving world.
That's a perfect note to end on.
Yeah, I think so too.
So to all our listeners out there, don't be afraid to dive deep, explore, and discover your own place in the future of crypto. Absolutely.
Who knows? Maybe you'll be the next crypto millionaire we're talking about in a few years.
Until next time.
Yeah.
Keep learning. Keep exploring.
Right.
And keep pushing the boundaries of what's possible.